Corruption. It's a plague that has left deep scars on Nigeria, costing billions and shaking public trust to the core. Welcome to a gripping expose of Nigeria's most notorious embezzlement scandals, where billions vanished, trust was shattered, and the nation's future hung in a balance. For decades, the country's vast oil wealth and political power have been exploited by a select few, leaving ordinary citizens to bear the cost. Today, we unravel the top 5 embezzlement cases that rocked Nigeria, exposing the audacious methods used to steal staggering sums and the dramatic ways these crimes were brought to light. From fake pension accounts to shadowy oil deals, these scandals aren't just about money. They are about betrayal, greed, and the fight for accountability in a nation striving for progress. Whether you're familiar with Nigeria's turbulent history or hearing these stories for the first time, prepare to be astonished. Let's dive into the dark underbelly of corruption that has shaped Nigeria's past and continues to haunt its future. The Maina Pension Scandal. Our first scandal takes us into the heart of Nigeria's pension system, a lifeline for retirees that became a goldmine for thieves. Abdulrasheed Maina, the head of the Pension Reform Task Force, masterminded a scheme so brazen it's hard to believe. Maina created a web of fake accounts and ghost pensioners, retirees who didn't exist. Funds meant for real pensioners were funneled into these accounts, then siphoned off for personal use. It was a slow bleed, executed with chilling precision. Over 100 billion naira, roughly $250 million, vanished into thin air. Exposure happened when auditors finally noticed the discrepancies when pension payouts didn't add up. Maina fled the country, but the law caught up with him. He was arrested, extradited, and now faces justice. The $2 billion Amsdale scandal. Next, we enter the murky world of national security. Also, it seemed, during President Goodluck Jonathan's administration, Nigeria was at war with Boko Haram, a brutal insurgency. But the funds meant to arm the military, they armed the corrupt instead. Top military officials and politicians set up fake contracts and shell companies. Billions earmarked for weapons never reached the front lines. Instead, the money lined the pockets of the powerful. A jaw-dropping $2 billion. Exposure happened when an audit revealed the missing funds, sparking outrage. High-profile arrests followed, including former National Security Advisor Sambo Dasuki. The trials dragged on, but the damage was already done. Lives were lost, and a nation betrayed. The Malibu oil scandal. Now we plunge into Nigeria's oil industry, the lifeblood of its economy and the playground of its corrupt elite. The Malibu oil scandal is a tale of greed on a global scale. How it worked. Former oil minister Dan Etete illegally transferred $1.1 billion from the government to accounts he controlled. The money was meant for developing an oil block, but instead built a lavish lifestyle. $1.1 billion, enough to transform entire communities, gone in a flash. Exposure happened when international investigators, including Italian authorities, cracked the case. Etete and his cronies were charged, but the money, much of it remains missing. The NNPC missing $20 billion scandal. Our fourth scandal is a masterclass in opacity. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, is the gatekeeper of Nigeria's oil wealth, and as it turns out, a gatekeeper of secrets. The NNPC was accused of failing to remit $20 billion in oil revenue to the government. Through murky accounting and off-the-books deals, The money simply disappeared, a staggering $20 billion, enough to fund entire national budgets. Exposure happened when Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, the then central bank governor, blew the whistle. His courage sparked a national uproar, investigations, and eventually his dismissal. But the truth was already out. The Dizani Alison Madueke scandal. Finally, we meet Dizani Alison Madueke, Nigeria's first female minister of petroleum and the queen of corruption scandals. Her reign was marked by excess and her fall was spectacular. Dizani awarded oil contracts to cronies and embezzled funds through a maze of shell companies. She lived like royalty while Nigeria's oil wealth bled dry. Over $2 billion by some estimates. Exposure happened when international agencies, including the United Kingdom's National Crime Agency, seized her assets, luxury homes, jewelry, even a yacht. Dizani then fled to London, where she now fights extradition. These scandals, each more audacious than the last, paint a grim picture of Nigeria's struggle with corruption. They reveal a pattern: greed unchecked, power abused, and systems too weak to stop it. But they also tell a story of resilience. Whistleblowers like Sanusi risked everything to speak out. Investigators, both local and international, fought to bring the truth to light. As Nigeria looks to the future, these cases serve as a stark reminder: transparency, accountability, and strong institutions are not luxuries, they are necessities. The fight against embezzlement isn't over, but with each scandal exposed, the nation inches closer to justice. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Nigeria's dark financial history. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember, corruption thrives in silence. Speak up.